Hey, everybody, welcome back to the How to Happen podcast. I'm so happy to have you here as I am with every episode. And before I get started on this solo episode, I wanted to just remind you that I've got a newsletter. It's a blog newsletter that I call the Inspire and Activate Greatness newsletter. And it's something I've been doing for a few months now, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm getting super feedback from it as well. In the newsletter, I focus on 5 things, 5 positive, future focused thinking things that excite me and I think might excite you as well. So if you're interested in subscribing, go to my website, mikemalatesta.com, and find the blog and subscribe, and you'll get one every Thursday in your email box. And if you do decide to do it, let me know what you think, because I'm always trying to make it as valuable to you as it is to me. And I never want to be disconnected there or misaligned. So feedback is good. Let me know what you think. So this short episode is about walls. And walls have been a big thing for me over my career as an entrepreneur. And what's interesting about walls is that I don't know how to build a wall. So I have never constructed an actual wall. I always relied on Bob Lang and his sons, who have a construction company, and they can build, walls out of block or concrete or whatever, and we would use them for all of our wall building needs. And they built really strong walls. They built real walls, walls that could take a pounding, walls that could, hold forces back and all those kinds of things. And I never built a wall physically. I never physically built a wall. But over my years as an entrepreneur, I built plenty of walls inside of my own head. And those walls were very helpful to me, because they were sort of a form of isolation. They were a form of protection. I thought they kept me in a place where I could do the most value, which is pretty much completely inside of my own company. And they kept me out of, the things that were outside of there, things that I was either scared of or unsure about or uncertain about or didn't want to experiment with. So I kind of used those walls as both a way to keep me focused on doing the best job I could do for my business, and also to keep me from being out of my comfort zone. And I wrote about this in chapter 19 of my book, Ownership: How Getting Selfish Got Me Unstuck. And I'm just going to share a little bit about that, what I wrote, with you, and then I'm going to tell you why I've changed my thinking about walls. My mind operated its own block wall 3D printer. The walls it made were invisible to everyone but me. They were strong and kept growing, taller and deeper. I realized what had happened. I'd built tall, strong walls to insulate me from the outside world. Ironic. I'd been so fortunate to avoid prison after the indictment, granted the gift of freedom. At the same time, I was building my own prison, a place where I could be scared and safe at the same time, a place where I could focus all of my attention inside, and where I already knew everything. In the valley, the uncertainty valley, which I talk about in the book, I realized that I was afraid to venture off the grounds and exist on the other side of my walls. It's no wonder I couldn't see what my future was. The walls obstructed my view in all directions. So maybe I'm the only one who deals with, self-built walls inside of my mind, but I doubt it. My guess is that we all have these things, whether we call them walls or obstructions or something else. And I guess my message today to myself and to you is to tear down your walls. Tear them down. Pretend you're in an excavator and you've got a big heavy ball on the end of it and you're just swinging it back and forth and you're hitting those walls and you're just taking them down, because walls keep you inside. It could be inside of your mind. It could be inside of your company. It could be inside of a belief system, and which might be yours and it might be someone else's that you've sort of accepted as your own, like your parents or your partners or your families or someone else's. It could be inside of a past or inside something else that holds you back. The life that you're capable of leading, the life that you're capable of living, the capabilities that you are capable of achieving are almost, I want to say that they're always, but I think they're almost always outside of whatever walls you've constructed and whatever walls you're living inside of now. So if you want to move forward and you want to create a future that's exactly what you want, or as close to exactly what you want as possible, I recommend you take a look inside of yourself and say, what walls do I have that are keeping me from achieving what I want? Do I even know what I want? Knowing what you want is a good first step to getting outside of the walls that are keeping you from it. Do I even know what I want? And then whether it's on your own or with some help from a coach or a colleague or a group, really start thinking about how you can deconstruct those walls. Even a little bit at a time, start chipping away at them and start to see that what's out there behind whatever walls you've constructed, that's where the real power is. That's where you can find and become exactly what you want to find and become. And that's not just for you personally, for your company, for your family, for your relationships, whatever. So don't be like me, and I hope you're not. Let's get rid of those walls. Let's get rid of the isolation. Let's get rid of, past belief systems or anything like that that's standing in your way. And let's bust down those walls and get exactly what you want. Until next time, thanks for listening. I appreciate you.
Podcast is brought to you by Wincheck Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love, then we're ready to see you there.